When using the spectrophotometer, you will be measuring the absorbance of a colored compound. Compounds which exhibit color visible to the human eye absorb electromagnetic radiation in the 400 to 750 nanometer range of the electromagnetic spectrum. You must first calibrate the spectrophotometer with the solvent, which is typically, but not always, water. The calibration step theoretically sets the absorbance to 0 across the visible spectrum. After you have calibrated with the blank, you will place your colored sample in the spectrophotometer and push collect. The purpose of the blank is to remove signal from other components of your solution that you don't want to measure. Generally, whatever your solvent is, that will be your blank. After a few seconds, a spectrum should appear. You can now push stop. Move the cursor over the highest peak and you should get an approximate value for the wavelength which this particular solution absorbs best, which is by definition Lambda Max. You can get a more precise value for Lambda Max by scrolling through the absorbance and wavelength data on the left and finding the wavelength where absorbance is highest. In this example, Lambda Max is in the 455 to 458 nanometer range. The exact value is not particularly important. As long as you are reasonably close to Lambda Max, your value will be acceptable. In this case, any number between 455 and 458 nanometers would be fine. Depending on the spectrophotometer you use, a slight variation in Lambda Max is to be expected. Remember, you will typically be measuring the absorbance of a set of solutions which have undergone a series of dilutions. Since each of these samples are of the same compound, just at different concentrations, they will all have the same Lambda Max. There is no need to find Lambda Max for each sample. This is why Lambda Max is typically only measured once. Again, Lambda Max is the wavelength where the colored compound of interest absorbs the most amount of light. This gives us the best signal response for the spectrophotometer and minimizes error.